This is verse 9 of the 21st chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. We're in the midst of Matthew's description of the triumphal entry. Jesus has procured the animal upon which he's going to ride into Jerusalem, and now we hear Matthew's description of the crowds that began to gather. So we have hoi. This is the masculine plural article, nominative. The okloi, the crowds, postpositive des, so but the crowds. Apposition to it, hoi proagontes, from proago. This is literally to lead before, and the idea is to come before. It gives the impression of meeting him. So we have the idea that there are people that are meeting Jesus as he's entering into Jerusalem. Takes the accusative, so we have the crowds that were meeting him. And then kai, hoi akalothuntes. This is the ones that were coming behind, the crowds that were following. From akalotheu, to follow. And so we have a picture of those that were coming out of Jerusalem, presumably triggered by the resurrection of Lazarus. That's the impression from John's Gospel. And then these that are following behind may be those that were travelers that were coming, pilgrims making the journey for the Passover from Galilee. So that's at least speculation to account for the multiple references to the crowds here. So the crowds that were meeting him and the ones that were following. Ekrazon, from krago, this is to cry out. They were crying out. It's in the imperfect, third person plural imperfect, crying out, legontes, saying, present participle, from lego, I say. Hosanna, this is derived from the Hebrew word, which Lord generally means something like save now, something like that. And so save now, it's an exclamation of praise. And then to, addressed to Huio Dawid, to the son of David. So addressing themselves to Christ here on his donkey. Hosanna, save us, son of David. Eulogemenos, from eulogao, it means to say a good word. Blessed is the way it's usually rendered. Blessed. This is a perfect participle in a state of blessedness. Ho, the erchomenos, the coming, from erchomai, come, in, preposition with the dative onomati, in name, kurios, of the Lord. In the name of the Lord here. This is actually a typo. You'll notice in the text that I developed, I inadvertently dropped in that. That should be in the singular, of course. So the one who comes in the name of the Lord, Hosanna, Lord save, in tois, and then the adjective hupsistois, of the highest, in the highest realms, the highest places. So it's a picture of a crowd that is, in a sense, wildly accepting the presence of Christ and acknowledging him as a king. Other versions put this, the king of the Jews, that idea. Of course, the trajectory of Jesus' work that week would be in a very different direction than people anticipated. But at this point, there is a kind of recognition, not only of these people, but of the cosmos, of the extraordinary person that was now coming into his city.